What happens when the captains of industry, the ones we look up to, cross the line? Can power and wealth ever justify unethical practices? This is a question that often reverberates through the hallowed halls of business and corporate governance. Today, we turn our gaze towards those who once commanded boardrooms and led multi-million-dollar companies, but whose unethical decisions and criminal activities led to their downfall. The justice system holds even the most powerful accountable, ensuring that no one is above the law. We're talking about corporate ethics, or lack thereof, which is the cornerstone of any successful business. It's about maintaining trust and integrity, not just within the organization, but also with the public. When these values are compromised, the consequences can be severe, as some CEOs have discovered the hard way. Let's delve into the stories of those who let power cloud their judgment and ended up behind bars. First on our list is Callisto Tanzi, the former CEO of Parmalat. Tanzi was the mastermind behind one of Europe's largest corporate scandals, his actions leading to a jaw-dropping multi-billion-dollar bankruptcy. His reign at Parmalat was marked by a series of fraudulent activities and illicit associations, all carefully woven into a tapestry of deceit. This wasn't just a simple case of financial mismanagement, it was a grand orchestration of fraudulent bankruptcy, a symphony of deception that made headlines across the globe. The fallout was monumental, shaking the very foundations of the corporate world. But as with all things, justice eventually prevailed. Tanzi was convicted, his empire crumbled, and his once untouchable status was stripped away. The tale of Callisto Tanzi is a grim one indeed. It's a story of power, greed, and a dramatic fall from grace. Tanzi's downfall serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of financial dishonesty. Next, we have Sanjay Kumar, the former CEO of Computer Associates. This high-profile tech executive found himself embroiled in a scandal that rocked the core of his billion-dollar company. Kumar was charged with serious offenses, including securities fraud, obstruction of justice, and lying to law enforcement officials. His crimes were not minor missteps, but calculated actions that sent shockwaves through the industry. Securities fraud is no small matter. It's about manipulating financial markets, often leading to significant losses for investors. Obstruction of justice refers to acts that interfere with the judicial process, and lying to law enforcement officials is self-explanatory. These offenses are a clear breach of trust, integrity, and the fiduciary duty owed to shareholders. Kumar's 12-year prison sentence serves as a stark reminder that crime does not pay, even if you're at the helm of a tech giant. Kumar's case shows us that even the tech world isn't immune to unethical practices. Now, let's quickly go through the next three on our list. First up, we have Richard M. Scrushy, the founder and CEO of HealthSouth Corporation. Scrushy was once a titan in the healthcare industry, but his reign came to an abrupt end when he was convicted on charges of bribery, mail fraud, and obstruction of justice. Behind the facade of a successful healthcare company, Scrushy was orchestrating a multi-million-dollar fraud scheme that left shareholders and employees in a state of shock and financial turmoil. Next, we shift our attention from healthcare to the retail industry with Martin Grass, the former CEO of Rite Aid. This case serves as a stark reminder that even the seemingly mundane world of retail is not immune to corporate scandal. Grass was sentenced to 8 years in prison for conspiracy to defraud the company and its shareholders. His actions not only led to financial losses for the company, but also damaged the trust of consumers and employees alike. Finally, we have Walter Forbes, the CEO of Cendant Corporation. Forbes was convicted of conspiracy to commit securities fraud and making false statements. Under Forbes's leadership, Cendant became embroiled in one of the largest financial fraud scandals of the late 90s. The fallout from the scandal resulted in billions of dollars in losses and the eventual breakup of the company. These three cases illustrate a pervasive issue in the corporate world: the misuse of power and wealth by individuals at the top. From healthcare to retail, no industry is safe from the greedy reach of unethical CEOs. Their actions have caused irreparable damage to their companies, their employees, and their shareholders, and have resulted in significant legal consequences for themselves. It's a sobering reminder that no matter how high one climbs on the corporate ladder, unethical decisions and criminal activities can lead to a swift and steep fall from grace. From healthcare to retail, no industry is safe from the greedy reach of unethical CEOs. Moving on, we come to some of the most infamous names in the corporate world. At the head of the table, we find Dennis Kozlowski, the ex-CEO of Tyco International, a man once praised for his leadership and business acumen. Kozlowski's true colors were revealed when he was found guilty of grand larceny, conspiracy, and securities fraud. His exploitation of company funds for personal use, including a notorious $2 million birthday party for his wife, shocked the public and served as a stark reminder of the potential for corruption within the highest echelons of power. Then we have Jeffrey Skilling, the former CEO of Enron. Skilling was the mastermind behind one of the most infamous corporate scandals in American history. His use of complex accounting loopholes, special purpose entities, and poor financial reporting led to Enron's financial collapse. Skilling was convicted of multiple federal felony charges, including securities fraud and insider trading. His reckless pursuit of profit over corporate integrity left thousands jobless and erased billions in investor wealth. Finally, we turn to Elizabeth Holmes, the founder and CEO of Theranos. Once touted as the next Steve Jobs, Holmes promised to revolutionize healthcare with her blood testing technology. However, it was all smoke and mirrors. Holmes was convicted of fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. After it was revealed that her life-changing technology was essentially non-existent, her case became a media sensation. Her fall from grace a cautionary tale about the dangers of overhyping and under-delivering in the world of startups. These three individuals, once revered for their business prowess, are now remembered for their criminal actions. Their stories serve as a stark reminder of the potential for manipulation and deceit within the corporate world. They had wealth beyond measure, and yet they chose a path of dishonesty, their actions leading to their downfall. These cases remind us that even those at the very top can fall from grace. Finally, we have two individuals who made headlines for all the wrong reasons. Martha Stewart, the face of homemaking and lifestyle, and Joseph Nacchio, the once powerful telecom titan. Martha Stewart, a household name, was at the helm of Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia when she found herself entangled in an insider trading scandal. It was a surprising turn of events for a woman who had built an empire on home crafts and cooking tips. Stewart sold shares of ImClone Systems based on non-public material information. The decision to sell led to a 5-month prison sentence, 2 years of supervised release, and a $5,000 fine. The scandal tarnished her image and shook her company to its core. On the other side of the spectrum, we have Joseph Nacchio, the former CEO of Qwest Communications. Nacchio was a prominent figure in the telecommunications industry, leading a company worth billions. But his success story took a dark turn when he was convicted of 19 counts of insider trading. Nacchio had sold shares of his own company based on privileged information, earning him a hefty profit while leaving his shareholders in the lurch. The fallout was significant. Nacchio was sentenced to 6 years in prison and ordered to pay back millions in fines and forfeitures. His reputation was irreparably damaged, and Qwest Communications never quite recovered. These two stories reveal the devastating impact of insider trading, not just on the individuals involved, but also on the companies they led. The reputations of both Martha Stewart and Joseph Nacchio took a severe hit, their wealth significantly diminished, and their companies were left grappling with the aftermath of their leaders' indiscretions. Insider trading is a serious offense, and as these cases show, even high-profile figures are not immune from prosecution. Stewart and Nacchio's stories serve as a warning to all that insider trading can lead to a one-way ticket to prison. So what can we learn from these stories of corporate deceit and downfall? From the towering boardrooms to the grim prison cells, these tales of fallen CEOs serve as stark reminders of the destructive power of unethical decisions. Each of these leaders had amassed wealth and power, yet their disregard for the law and the rights of others led them down a path of ruin. The former CEO of Parmalat, Callisto Tanzi, orchestrated one of Europe's largest corporate scandals, while Sanjay Kumar of Computer Associates was charged with securities fraud. From the healthcare sector, Richard M. Scrushy of Health South Corporation was found guilty of bribery and mail fraud. Even the renowned Martha Stewart was not immune, with her insider trading scandal shaking her empire to its core. These stories underscore the importance of ethical leadership in business. Integrity, honesty, and respect for the law must be the guiding principles for every corporate leader. Remember, no one is above the law, and unethical decisions can lead to a fall from grace, no matter how high you've climbed.